Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk. This is your boy Hound Dog Buck 50. On this one, I wanted to talk about age in hip hop, and what motivated this was watching a clip of LL Cool J. Basically, you know, criticizing some rappers who perhaps feel they're too old to continue to perform in this hip hop culture. And basically saying you should just there's no limit to this. I definitely love hip hop to the core. So I feel like, that's something that needs to be talked about. Because it's only in hip hop that we put this stigma of age on it. When you look at other artists of different genres, they've literally done their art to the end. James Brown to the end. Johnny Guitar Watkins to the end. B.B. King took it to the end. The Rolling Stones, probably in their 80s by now, still selling out. George Benson in his 80s, still, doing jazz concerts. In all of these art forms, the OJs, the Isleys, in all of these art forms, these guys are allowed to just keep going. But not in hip hop. In hip hop, there's this stigma of you have to be a young man to do it. And I don't agree with that. The thing is, hip hop, for one, just celebrated its 50th birthday. So right there, that lets you know hip hop hasn't been around that long, if you really think about it. So if that's the case, it has to keep going through different forms of evolution. We have to see different things happen. Just like we needed to see an artist have a gold record. Then after that, we needed to see an artist have a platinum record. And then we needed to see an artist go diamond. Even if some people felt MC Hammer wasn't quote unquote real hip hop, that's not the point. He was part of the culture. So he represented us when he went diamond, which also represented the evolution of the culture. And when something is a legitimate culture, there's no age to it. And that's the way I see it. If you put an age on it, that means it's not a legitimate culture, not a legitimate genre. Because the thing with when you look at Diana Ross and like I said, Isley Brothers, OJs, they're performing. Keith Sweat, they're performing New Edition. You can go on and on. They're performing, and you know what? A lot of those guys don't have current music out, but they're still entertaining the masses, and most of all, enjoying themselves. When you got guys that I grew up watching, Big Daddy Kane, Slick Rick, you can go on and on. It's a pleasure to see them on stage, but also it's no crime if they make new music. If they make new music, will it go double, triple platinum? Probably not. But if George Benson makes a jazz album, will it go triple platinum? Probably not. But he enjoys the music. And see, that brings me to another thing. Because myself, I battle rap. I'm 53 years old, and I'm sure, and they call me old in just about every battle. And I'm sure that, people, talk behind my back and say I'm crazy. I need to sit my old ass down. And do what? Just sit down and shrivel away? No. I love the rap art form. So to me, you may have some that'll say, well, Big Daddy Kane or those guys are different because they started out when they was young. Okay, but here's the thing. It's not just about rapping to have a hit. It's about rapping because this is part of your creative energy and it needs to be released. No different than when a person goes to an open mic at a poetry night. They feel like they want to do this poem. Should we discriminate on them because they're 60 years old and they want to do a poem? No. Let them do their poem. Sit back, be quiet, and listen. And it's the same thing with rap. If a dude 50 years old feels like he wants to do a record, that's his freedom. If he's still working and supporting his family or himself, paying his bills, what is he doing wrong? If that's the worst thing he wants to do in his spare time, he has done nothing wrong. Let that man record a record. The record may not become a hit, but who says that? But it doesn't have to become a hit. That was your art. You wanted to do it. No different than taking a camera and wanting to take random pictures of the ocean, the beach, or whatever. This is your creative energy. You need to get it out. And so you shall, do that by satisfying your energy and craving or whatever to do this art form. So when people talk about hip hop in that way, I feel like it takes away from the legitimacy of this thing called hip hop, because there should be no age limit. If we don't laugh if we see an older artist. We don't laugh if the Isley Brothers are still singing at 80 years old. We don't laugh when Smokey Robinson is still on stage. Why is it funny if LL wants to still perform at 70 years old? The only thing I would see wrong is if you're a 70-year-old rapper and you're trying to emulate the 18-year-old guys. Now that's a little different, because that time for you has passed. You embrace your lane. But just the fact that you're gonna still rap, there's no crime in that, because this is the art form. And that's the next phase of it's not just about who's the next Drake, who's gonna be the next old rapper to still rap and inspire other old cats to say, you know what, I want to do something. Just watching him inspires me. And that's what it's about. So when people say, sit your old ass down, or you're too old to rap, no, you're not. You ain't too old to do nothing. If you're 85 and you still, as long as you still got a heartbeat and you got that in you, you can continue. Because I feel like life is never over till it's over. If you're 82 years old and you love cooking, it's not too late to try to go on the Cooking Network. It ain't too late. You still here, so you might as well do it. Because it's not just about rapping to make it. It's about rapping because this is part of your artistic energy, and you need to, let that energy out. So, hip hop, long live it. And we need to see people of all ages still rocking, still doing it. Whether it's in the park, on the big stage, the local open mic, we just need to see y'all doing it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and as always, peace, love, and whatever else you think of love.